Hi guys, I'm Sodaman148X, and I'm bringing you a bit of
Etheria
a
was once a
game
land
review
of living legend.
kind of like a game review or what I thought of Dungeon Defenders 2. Now, on the screen, first off, right off the bat, I noticed that the game lagged a little bit, and I was like, well, why was it lagging? Well, I played through it a bit more, and I looked at the stats, and my computer can run it fine. It's just my internet. And that's the first thing that popped out to me, was that this game needs internet. And so if you don't have good internet, it's not going to be very fun to play. Like, I did a live comm with this, and I was having a lot of fun with it because I was live comming, but the gameplay itself wasn't that fun just because it was really laggy. Now, aside from that, compared to the original game, which, mind you, I beat a lot, like from level 1 to 70. Like, I've done it multiple times with my friend. Just one friend. I have one friend because I'm forever alone. But aside from that, I really liked the game. The game had a lot of the issues where, like, level 2 and 3 were way hard compared to level 1. Those weren't in the game. I felt that the system, on the screen down at the bottom, I'm like looking at my camera, like the bottom left should be over here. The blue bar, those are your abilities. You have separate mana for your abilities rather than your towers. And I usually play as a tower guy, so mana for me is a big deal. Like, so I really liked that, and I just generally liked how the gameplay felt. It felt like a whole new game. It didn't feel like a sequel, and so I kind of like that because I think the newer players can get into it. It was really weird though because I played the first one on the Xbox and playing the second one on a PC, mind you. It was like a control learning curve, and just kind of figuring out. After this, I went through and I had to figure out how to put stuff on. That took a while. I mean, figuring out how to, like, put on my armor and my weapons, and, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so yeah, the game was really fun. I had a good time. I played it for about a half an hour. The lag kept on going though, and I did not like that at all. That's my main issue. Because it's always online. So if you want to make this game successful, Trendy, make it offline. Don't make it online. It didn't mix well. And as you can see here, I was actually testing out the tornado ability. That's cool in place of what was it in the first game for the Apprentice? It was like a hero boost where you could cast stuff better, something like that. I liked it how it was an offensive, because the mage is a very defensive player. He usually plays a tower mage, and it gave it some twist so it could play as offensively. Now, I don't know about the squire or the huntress or the monk, or, anyone like that. I liked the first tower, although it is fire-based, so if you run into a fire enemy, you're kind of screwed. And then, you have your typical healing ability, and me jumping. I did notice, though, that, the mage usually has this ability where he can go like this and like cause this big kind of explosion. And I noticed that they didn't have that. Instead, you could hold left click and he'd just shoot like this. Or you could hold right click and he'd charge it up and hit people with it. And at first, I noticed the first staff, like it had range on it. I was like, well, that's kind of useless. But the second staff I found had like a really cruddy range on it. But if you held right stick and held it back and shot it, it did perfectly fine. So I thought kind of like that staff compared to the first one had like the different weapons you got weren't just like, oh, it can shoot more, it has better stats. It actually changed the way I played a little bit, because instead of staying back and shooting people, I had to get up close and like jump around and dodge and do all this kind of stuff. Here I figured out, I just started building towers and everything like that, because I am a tower mage main. Occasionally I'll play as a squire or a monk or a huntress. I don't usually play a huntress though. I don't like the huntress. I don't like the way that you have to play as the huntress. But I also noticed that in the top right corner you have a map. That's really nice because I know on the console, if you played like 4-player split screen and someone needed the map, it would cover the entire screen and everyone would get pissed off at you. And then there's like little other kind of UI changes. The game, like, it kind of felt like the stats weren't in the way so much. It didn't feel, the controls felt like, because of the lag, they felt clunky, but like on the console, they were clunky anyway without lag. So I feel like this game without lag, it wouldn't be so clunky, and you wouldn't be like left, right, left, shoot, punch, kick, do everything like that. Yeah, the level design also amazed me. This first level I thought was really well designed, and so was the second level. The second level was really cool. I thought it was interesting how in the second level you had like that you had two things to defend, and this thing, if you let it die, you'd have to deal with more enemies, I think. Or there's like another passageway they'd go through, so you'd have to, basically you couldn't take your time in killing them, you had to kill them faster. And you had to spend more time over there, so that areas that were actually getting their butts kicked were really getting their butts kicked. And I liked this boss. I liked how the bosses in this game are not just ogres, because after a while ogres are like, oh, it's the ogre. But yeah, this guy, the melee guy, he was actually kind of tough to beat, and the second guy threw javelins, and it changed how I played. Like, this game, it doesn't get bland very easy because it doesn't force you to play one way. It forces you to play different ways and experiment and learn. So it's not like, oh, I'll play Glitterhelm Caverns and the Summit the exact same way. Like, I played this level differently than I played the second level. I focused firepower on different guys in different levels and built towers differently than in different levels. Like, it was fun. I had a good time. It didn't feel bland at all. That was another thing. And I noticed they have defense points. It took me a while to figure out where the defense points icon is. It's in the right middle of the screen. I'll zoom in on it. There we go. Anyway, yep, that's about it for this. That's my review of Dungeon Defenders. What would I give it? I don't know, because I didn't get the full experience because it was lagging. Right now, I would say I'll give it a 7, just because it was lagging. I feel like this game has a lot of potential to be an amazing game, and it's in alpha, mind you. There was not one bug I encountered, except for, you know, lag bugs. But anyway, that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comments below or the discussion board. I always use the wrong hand. The discussion board is that way. I hope I made your day a little chappier. I'm SodaMan148X, and goodbye.